According to the Akashic Records, the Indigenous history of modern blacks in America.
The Akashic Records, the Indigenous history of modern blacks in America, is much deeper and more interconnected than mainstream narratives suggest. Origins. Many melanated peoples were already present in the Americas long before the transatlantic slave trade. These were descendants of ancient civilizations that held land, spiritual systems, and knowledge across the Americas, Africa, and the Caribbean, a shared cultural and spiritual lineage that crossed oceans intentionally, not by accident. This history was obscured by colonizers to sever ancestral identity and weaken collective memory. Indigenous lineages. Tribal presence. The Akashic field shows that many Black Americans descend in part from indigenous tribes that merged with African arrivals, creating new nations and bloodlines. Civilizations. Evidence points to melanated groups building mound cities, cultivating land, practicing advanced agriculture, and honoring nature spirits long before European colonization. Cultural exchange. Spiritual and practical knowledge flowed both ways from Africa to the Americas and from the Americas back to Africa. Spiritual identity. Modern Black Americans carry the energy imprint of dual indigeneity, rooted in both the American soil and African lineages. They were and are keepers of earth-based knowledge, medicine traditions, drumming, song, and energy work, much of which was hidden, syncretized, or encoded during slavery. The ancestral memory of rituals, cosmology, and nature communion still lives in dreams, intuition, and cultural expressions, music, dance, language, spiritual practices. Suppression and survival. Colonizers erased and renamed tribes, classified indigenous Black peoples as Negro to strip them of land rights and indigenous status. The slave system not only enslaved African-born people, but also ensnared indigenous Blacks already on American soil, blending the two histories intentionally to blur roots. Despite this, ancestral codes survived in spiritual practices, from ring shouts to herbal medicine, from secret societies to church traditions infused with hidden indigenous wisdom. Modern reclamation. The Akashic Records suggest the current generation of Black Americans are in a cycle of remembering, reclaiming both their African and indigenous heritage. This reclamation involves honoring ancestors through prayer, ritual, and research, reconnecting with earth-based practices, herbalism, drumming, land work, telling the true story of dual indigenous identity that has been erased. The wisdom encoded in Black America today is not only survival, but renewal, carriers of both ancient African and Native American soul contracts. Key Akashic insight. Modern Blacks in America are not strangers to this land. Many are descendants of the original peoples of the Americas as well as Africa. Their indigenous history was hidden, but their spirit still carries the memory of being earth keepers, builders, and divine storytellers of this soil. Would you like